Bushiroad Route for Blood. It's Atlanta Rant Part 2. Stick around. Alright guys, gentlemen, it's time to get angry once again. But you know what? It's getting kind of hard. I'm getting to that apathetic point where I'm just so angry, I just don't care anymore.
With that bargaining stage of grief yet?
Welcome to my house.
So,
if only we could take control now.
If you clicked on this video, you think we're probably talking about Atlanta, you think we're talking about a lot of things. We're talking about a lot of things. This is, I think we did do a rant before about Bushiroad, like, shitty policies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But we're doing it again. But this
needs to be said.
This is Atlanta, the Revengeance.
So, no, we did a rant about Bushiroad tournament policy overall. Then we did one just about how shitty Atlanta was. Now it's going to do one about both.
Fusion dance?
So, starting off,
our public service announcement.
So, we were approached. You've probably seen a few of the YouTube videos to discuss this. We will discuss it as well. The top 8 fiasco, which is
2016.
The top 8 gate. Top 8 gate.
Top 8 gate 2016.
Top 8 gate 2016. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and discuss Atlanta. What was better? What was worse? What was just ugly?
What was better? Our trade binder. What was worse? Our trade binder.
What was ugly? My trade binder, which was empty. No, what was really ugly, first of all, is they got the printer broken. I want to exclude that from getting mad at them.
Yeah, that was their fault.
Come on now. Come on now. So that's the ugly. And I say it's the ugly because it really was out of their control.
It was out of control, but I think they handled that
as best as they could.
Yes.
I will give them kudos. It is what it is. Broken printer is a broken printer.
But they fixed it for the rest of the round, so.
Yeah.
The good. We had a new head judge.
We had a new head judge. The president of Bushiroad was there.
President of Bushiroad was there. And California.
California, yeah.
What else was good?
We had fun.
We did. We actually lasted longer than in February. Except for Ryan.
Talk about that. This is what happens when you try to play new decks in major tournaments.
I played new deck in a major tournament.
No, that's your old deck. That's beside the point.
I played a new deck in a major tournament if I made it farther than you.
You were also playing 12 crit. 10 crit, I'm sorry.
That's still your other deck.
No, I've never played this deck.
Shut up.
Alright. Well, we're not supposed to be getting angry at each other. But we do focus the anger. Let's discuss the complete and utter systematic failure.
Oh no, it's back.
That was Bushiroad Atlanta 2016. Here's the first negative here, Ryan.
Welcome back to Evidence.Zip.
Oh, no, we don't have Evidence.Zip
this time.
But let's go back to our public service announcement.
We had high hopes for this. And while we're not the angriest, people again asked us to make this video. To really put it in our own words. How Bushiroad tricks us into thinking that it's going to be better this time. Well, it's never better.
There was another question there.
But at that point, the questionnaires are slapping my face because I know they're not listening.
Yeah.
It's like, I promise I won't leave you again. So I gotta go do a thing now. I'll never be back.
Yeah, come back.
No. It's the questionnaire. I just started making a joke about it because I know they're not taking it seriously.
I bet you 80% of the people in that venue wrote, I want pure Swiss, best 2 out of 3.
I wrote
longer rounds.
I want top 8 and 5 support.
Which brings me to my next point. There's been a list of YouTube videos out there talking about how top 8 should get an invite to Nats. And we agree with you guys. Absolutely. Why not? But let me tell you the honest truth here. Even if I did get a top, if I did get a top 8, which I didn't, but even if I had, and I had the invitation to Nationals, Nationals is where, Ryan?
California.
In California. Look, I do well for myself. I have my own apartment. I have a nice paying job, I like to think. We go on a lot of trips. But the West Coast is just too out of my reach. And the thing is, as much as I agree with you guys, we're ignoring the much larger issue, and that is a failure for Bushiroad to acknowledge the need for tournament change. And we can't demand it of them because they get to hide against the one simple phrasing which acts as their umbrella. It's a
free tournament.
Precisely. Free! So, really, what I'm going to suggest sounds crazy. But let's demand that they charge us for the tournament. Because once our money gets invested, now we have a stake at what we expect. A well-run, well-financed, well-staffed, prize-supported, best 2 out of 3, sweet mother of Christ tournament.
Where our rounds won't get cut.
Oh, which brings us to another point. Brian, would you like to talk?
No, we're not getting to that yet.
Okay.
We're still doing the fact that Bushiroad still thinks we're all a bunch of 9-year-olds. Well, I can tell you, my vocabulary is a lot better than that. And I got some words for you, alright? We're not 9 years old. I am 22. I am well within the range of the target audience for card games, 16 to 25. You'll notice that nobody in that range is going to care how expensive your tournament is if there's a good goal in mind. I don't care if I get an invite to Nats. Sure, that's awesome, and sure, you can work that into the price structure, but all I really want is $100+ when someone works their ass off for 9 hours a day playing your crappy card game, which you clearly don't care about. Look at Logic's our competitive game. No, you don't get that. I'm gonna punch that baby in the face. That's a terrible game. It's going to be awful, and Vanguard has already been here for 5 years, and you're still saying... That's quality. I'm going to give Bushiroad that one. That's a quality game. That baby gets unpunched.
Gets unpunched?
Unpunched.
I punched it earlier? I take it back. Here's a questionnaire. Here's a questionnaire.
Here's a questionnaire for Jose real quick.
Would you punch this in as a
Take our money, give us something to work for, and please... treat this game as it needs to be treated. Because clearly you think this is your cash cow? Well, clearly it's not. You've got Vice for that. But you don't even think that's competitive.
Or Buddy
Where do you sit here?
And Buddy Fight,
or Buddy Fight, which you made to be casual, and yet you're still sitting here paying, apparently, buttloads of money, having tournaments all over the world for these games that you, for some reason, don't care about and just want everybody to come together and hold hands. Hold hands with me, gentlemen. Oh, we're having a good time playing Vanguard. Clearly, that's not the truth today.
Oh, God.
It's not. And it's more than just that. I'm actually at the camp now. Reached this point where I believe that the reason they're not charging us is because I don't think they are capable of running a tournament that is well run. I think they lack the capacity.
Almost no way.
And they need the free umbrella in order to justify their lack of doing that. You had Bushiroad's president right there, and they were judge calls that were wrong. They were things that were wrong.
Ed's judge call.
But we just get systematic failures of these things. And the judges are there. And the president's there. And granted, do people have a good time? A lot of them do. But the people who succeed tend to become incredibly disappointed. I can't even begin to tell you the amount of people who bubbled out in this tournament. And there was legitimate rage.
Oh, wait, now, tell me why that might have been. Oh, it's almost like you cut 2 rounds off the tournament. What are you doing? Yes, I have it on the mat. What are you doing? You cut 2 rounds off the tournament. Oh, it's 9 rounds modified Swiss? Well, congratulations, all you people who didn't seem to lose 2 games in a best-of-1 format. You get nothing. What do they get for exit? Tell me.
Not a thing.
What do they get, Jose?
Zilch.
They get zilch.
No, they do get something. They get a nice car ride home that they have to pay for.
Oh, no, guys, we forgot about the most important thing.
No, wait, I'm not done.
Paper-thin build-your-own deck box.
Oh, yes. But at least it's a good size this time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The same amount of plastic
It'll fit all of your tiers to the ride home.
For real.
You want to know how the deck box looks? It's like this one. Except this time, it's this way. Congratulations!
That deck is $17, I don't care.
Man, that was violent.
It's just a failure on all parts. And I wasn't done talking about the rounds. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, God.
Yes. So, what do we give the people who didn't get double eliminated and get sent home because we decided to cut because our judges are tired or our staff is tired or there's a clear winner or we can't hold the venue for that long. What do those people get? So what do those people get, Jose?
Zilch.
They get zilch. Oh, well that's too bad. Because your top 8 also gets nothing. Wow, there are no winners here at all, are there? Am I just now getting that? Of course not. It's been this way for years. This is how Bushiroad likes to do business. They like you to spend your money and play your games and come to Atlanta where you could honestly have a very good time. We had a very good time. I had a lot of fun trading all day, meeting fans. It was a great time. You know what I didn't have any fun doing? Actually competing in the tournament at all. That was the least fun part of the day. And I had to get up at 8 a.m. And that was more fun than playing your stinking tournament for free. You know what sucks? When I have no expectations going into your tournament at all. Is that the way you want it? Where I don't think, oh man, I'm going to Atlanta to play Vanguard. I sure hope that I place. What does it matter? What does it matter if I don't get any prize support, if no one remembers who I am, if we, sometimes don't even have deck lists from top 8? What good is it to even place in this tournament? If you're not 1 or 2 and you get a free invite or a free paid trip, pretty sure not even number 2 gets that.
I think number 2 does.
It depends on area.
It depends on the area. Oh, well, we don't even have consistency in this. Fantastic.
Oh, which brings us to the next point. The lack of consistency between events. This extends beyond Atlanta because at our event, a time gets double loss.
Like that in New York, too.
Oh, no, New York, they changed it mid-tourney.
Really?
In New York, they changed it mid-event.
Okay.
Ours, they stuck with double loss. The event after ours, they decided to go back to a 3-round tournament policy.
Seriously?
Yes.
The next one right after ours realized, that doesn't work. Well, let's just change the rules for the better.
Consistency. Now, granted, I don't want people to get screwed. That sucks. But if they realized it didn't work in New York and changed it then they shouldn't have went back and changed it for us. Consistency. Once they made the change to the rounds, it should have been that way continuous.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to get on my little box here because Ryan's angry, and justifiably so, and as am I. Braxton's kind of always at a certain level of tilt, I think. And
consistent. Like tilt is consistent.
So here comes my truth here. I had fun playing Vanguard, which is honestly something I cannot say in every format I played in. Spoiler alert, summer of last year's format was garbage.
Woohoo!
Even though I was playing the best deck in the game, it was still garbage.
80% shadow.
The deck was good, but shadows dominated and
Royals dominated.
And Sandguard was on the rise, and those were 2 incredibly dominant decks, and it was very little fun to play. But it was just not fun Vanguard. It was just, alright, time to stall you at grade 2, shoot right into my boss. And you can say, oh, well, you could have not done that. No, I like to win, especially when I drive 6 hours for an event.
That's what this channel's all about.
And the only way I can get anything out of it is to win. You best believe I'm going to do my best to do that. But in this one, you really felt the sting of the policies more than you had in the past. Because I was actually enjoying the games I was playing. I was actually
designed the game into a fantastic point in time.
Yes, obviously, is there still triple crit? Obviously. Is there still, boom? Yeah, high variance. It's going to happen sometimes. But in the game, in a lot of my games, I remember, honestly, at the end of most of my matches, minus my last one where I G-assisted twice, minus my last one that I lost, I ended every game by doing like this, dude, that was a hell of a game, man. Thanks. You deserved it. He'd be like, dude, man, you got me. Every game I played, it was neck and neck because anything is really playable right now. Mm-hmm. It was neck and neck. It was fun and it was enjoyable. But you felt the sting of the policies. What I would have given to see what he could have brought to a game 2.
Yeah.
Or what I would have given to not have had to G-assist to lose my game and take another shot at this deck.
Yeah.
But no, it's a best of 1. So I'll just go cower in my corner, wait the next 50 minutes for the next round, get my little app that doesn't work in the basement of the fucking CNN Center, and go play into my next tournament that I'm going to have fun for 1 game, and then realize that what the heck am I doing here? And I'd rather go play Free Fight at this point, because at least then I can do a best 2 out of 3 and actually get a great match of Vanguard in.
Yeah.
And at this point, here's what we really don't understand. How did you take a game, and clearly you spend most of your time designing the 5 games that you have. Yeah, way to focus in on one. At least Konami's doing that right, huh? Or Wizards. Thanks Wizards for doing your one game right. Force of Will, thanks for doing your one game right. Bushiroad, you have 5 games. You have 5 games. So one is Ascendance, but clearly you had to spend time designing that.
That's true.
That was a April Fool's joke.
Clearly we're sitting at quantity over quality here. We know that Bushiroad's all about that, so we're just going to leave that to the side. But how? How did you decide on an incompetent judge program on your part and your judges, and in this game where we joke that, oh, I'm the judge here because the calls in this game are so easy? Well, there's a little bit of learning now, but clearly you didn't catch them up on that. You have the worst format that any tournament, any game, any competitive card game plays.
That's true.
Anything. You know how many other card games play Best of War?
A terrible tournament software. None. A terrible tournament software that had you beat 8 years ago. You are almost a decade behind on how bad your software is. Clearly you like to design so much, maybe you should take a little extra look at this. You decide that, oh, it's going to be free for everyone. You don't even decide to market to your real audience. I have $20 to push you over the table and say, okay, let's play for this. You have 400 people show up to some of these things, depending on the area. Gotta keep it consistent. But if everybody slides you $20, how much money is that, Mr. Economics? Tell me how much money that is.
If $20. If 400 still went, which they wouldn't. But even still, if you drop down to 250, let me ask you, Bushiroad, would you like a cool, nice nothing and 400 attendance, which you don't really advertise anyways? Or, like, I would understand if you had a free tournament, you had 400 people, and you used that to market it hardcore to somebody. But I don't know, are you marketing to sponsors? Obviously not, because there's no sponsors anywhere at any event. Like, if you had a banner around that said, like, sponsored by the CNN Center, or sponsored by X and X company, sponsored by Pepsi,
That doesn't make sense.
Sponsored by something, at least then I would understand, like, oh, this is free because they're trying to get the sponsorship money. And they're trying to promote as many people as they want to get here so they can help their marketing ploy, so they do a free tournament.
And even then, the tournaments would be better.
Exactly. But then, because they have to justify to the sponsors.
Yeah.
But then, you don't. So, like, you have no excuse for having a free tournament except for the fact that you want to say, like, oh, but we want everyone to be able to come because that's all fun and jolly. Like, no. I know you as the toothless, greedy company that you are. Why don't you just take my money like I want you to?
And you're pumping out support every month that you clearly want us to buy. You want us to buy it so much that you're just gradually creeping up the power, so we keep buying your cards and playing into the next format. And yet there's $5,000 minimum sitting on the table at any of these BWCs or Springfests. You're just like, no, I don't want that. I'd rather keep it free so the 2 9-year-olds who show up have a good time. I know a little something about
2 9-year-olds have moms. They'll pay the $20.
They've been begging them to come for this for months. You think it's a little bit... You think it's too hard for them to say, also, there's a $20 entry and I'll do extra chores this week? They'll figure it out. They're smart kids. They can do the simple math that your game involves.
All the 4Ks.
I've never seen a company leave so much on the table.
Like, it's not even just that. I've never seen a company that I know for a fact, like, be as greedy as they are. And yet, like, I'll tell you right now, for example, at the timing of this recording, the new iPhone 7 got announced, right? And they announced a adapter that lets the lightning cable become an audio cable, because they're getting rid of the audio jack, because they're trying to promote their own brand of wireless earbuds. Doesn't that sound like a smart, economical decision to make? Absolutely. The adapter comes packaged in the box. However, you can bet your sweet bottom that if you lose that adapter, which you will, because it's about the size of, like, here, you'll lose it, and you can bet your sweet dollar that another one of those adapters at the store is going to cost you a nice, cool $45. Why? Because you're going to need that. Because you have like 20 pairs of headphones that are going to need this one required jack that this phone doesn't have. That's a money grab. It's an obvious money grab. Why, Bushi, did you leave so much clear money? You could charge everyone even $10, and you could probably lose maybe, and this is arbitrary, even if you lost 100 people, you're still getting $3,000.
And then you can maybe afford to keep your venue for the extra 2 rounds that you had to cut because your format sucks.
I'm not saying with $3,000, you could probably afford a day too.
Yo, ooh, that would be nice. Hey, maybe some streaming equipment, some sort of marketing team. Wow, It's like you're a worldwide company, and yet you decide to just leave profit on the table
to screw the pooch for America.
To make everything decidedly worse. What kind of strategy is that?
You're reaching a tipping point where you're actually losing people by the sheer just crappy quality of your tournament. You're reaching the bell curve where people are starting to say, like, no, I'll skip the Bushi events because there are alternatives now. And the alternatives are coming more. You're creating the market for your competitor by being bad at what you're doing is what you're doing. You are literally telling ARG, Dynasty Cup, VANGUARD, all these people that like,
because we're not going to do anything about it.
We are clearly bad at this. There is money on the table for you to have.
Enjoy.
Take the money. Just take the money. Now, if you were like Force of Will, who was saying like, nah, we probably couldn't run a tournament to begin with. We'll just sponsor you guys to do it. At this point, I would even take that. Stop doing your own tournaments and just sponsor someone else.
Put your money somewhere that'll be better spent.
Because like, I don't know how much these events cost you because you obviously have to pay for the venue anyways. But those are already like sunk costs to you.
And the judges.
And the judges.
And the judges. So you've already got these sunk costs. You can at least offset it by charging us. And the thing is, like, if you charged it and you announced the best 2 out of 3, 8 rounds, guaranteed, Swiss, no double elimination, maybe buy a box, which was in your crappy questionnaire that I'm sure a lot of people said, like, yeah, instead of free fight, which I get nothing but 2 crappy promos for some games I don't play, or I could have, for once in my life, a win a box or a win of this, and I can have another chance where the highest competitive players are out of the running and someone else who came there to have fun can have a chance to win something because the higher competitive players are gone.
Because those products cost you pennies. Why are you not just sending this support and saying, oh, you know, thanks for showing up. Here's a pack of cards that didn't cost us anything to make. You know how much those cost you? It's cardboard with shiny stuff packed in aluminum foil. That costs you nothing, and yet you're so unwilling to give anybody anything that isn't a little gold-stamped promo that's occasionally worth $10.
That's true.
Where do you get off?
Where do you get off? It's just
in Japan, clearly.
It's just disappointing, and are we still gonna go to Bushi events? Probably, but it's becoming convenient.
Honestly, it's getting really hard for me to care about them anymore. I almost don't want to go.
I want to go and not play.
I want to go and not play.
For me, it's becoming I want to go and I want to meet the fans that I know I'll meet there.
I want to
trade with people.
I made a lot more friends this time than the last time around.
It's great for meeting people. It's great to connecting with the people who watch our videos, which we love to do. But at this point, and it's good to play against those people because it's good to play against some variety. And like I said, I've had more fun playing Vanguard recently than I've had in the game in a long time.
I've been more playing casuals than actually in the tournament. I was just like, whatever.
We also weren't enjoying the Vanguard play, but that's neither here nor there. It's just... The game, to me, is more fun than it has been, in my opinion, since Legion format. And that makes me want to play the game more. But you're not building a cohesive environment to do that. You're not building an environment that rewards me for playing your game.
Also, another thing that could happen since, we're now paying for these tournaments is more tournaments per year.
That's true. That's more opportunities for money. So, at the end of the day, we don't want top 8 to get invites. We want top 8 to get prizes. We want these tournaments to cost me something so that I can demand a better quality from you.
And you're either afraid or lazy, but there's really no excuse for either in business. In a field where you are overrun with competition, why do you not stand up? It's the point of your game, and yet you sit on your ass wherever you are, deciding that nothing really needs to change this year. I'll keep making games and pushing out content. Sure, they'll buy it anyway, but I'm going to lose some people this year. Am I going to gain people? Maybe. My game's going to dwindle to nothing. How long can I feasibly go on designing these card games? Am I going to just come up with a new idea every year? I might.
Well, Lucky Logic is essentially Duel Masters, from what I've seen.
You're running out of gas, and you're turning us all away. Like, sure, we'll play your game. Hey, we actually like it for whatever reason. It's not very well designed. We'll be the first to admit that. But here we are anyway on our YouTube channel, making this video, just trying.
We want better.
Just trying to show you what the community wants. You gave us a questionnaire. Well, that's a slap in the face. So here's a slap in yours.
This is the
Make it better. You have no excuse.
This
has been Team Absolution.
This is the second questionnaire, and
still no changes.
Yeah.
This has been Team Absolution. This is Atlanta Rant Part 2. Also some tournament tactic things. This is Ryan Oliver signing off. Tell him goodbye.
Good night, everyone.
Peace.